Let's talk about Newcastle, Paul. Nicholas Kuhn, who had a great match against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Celtic obviously unlucky to go out. But Newcastle have been keeping tabs on him. We talk every week about a potential right winger that they could bring in. Would he fit the bill?
Yeah, whether he can step up to the level of the Premier League is to be seen. You look at his record this season: 10 goals, 6 assists. They paid Rapid Vienna $5 million for him January last year. So he's a player that's, listen, with no disrespect to Celtic, but if the Premier League go knocking, and they've got the funds to be able to do it, they could do it at 25. He's a player who's ready. You put him in the Newcastle squad now. Does he play every week? I'm not sure he does. I think the thing for Newcastle is we know how FFP and PSR that we wamp on about every week and how tight that they are. You buy players that improve your starting 11. He's a good player, but I don't think he gets in that starting 11 now, in all honesty.
And how about Luis Diaz? We know that Liverpool are interested in potentially selling Diaz, Jota, Darwin Núñez. Would Luis Diaz be a good fit at Newcastle? I mean, he's usually more off the left side, but do you think he could play a role for them off that right-hand side?
I like Luis Diaz. The thing with Liverpool is we talk about Liverpool all the time because we don't know what's happening, or we're not privy to the information of what's been let out about Van Dijk, Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and the contract situations at Liverpool. If those three go, for what I believe, that two of them are staying. Trent's the one that's going. Real Madrid, been in Madrid for the last 2 days, speaking to the Madrid journalists. They're absolutely certain that deal's happening. That's not even a topic of conversation for them now. They're almost sure that he's joining Real Madrid next season. And whether the other two have agreed a contract and it's not been put into the public domain, because that would then put the Trent situation under a lot of pressure and they don't want to derail a Premier League title charge, who knows. But I think the future of Diaz, Núñez, others, all comes into question, obviously, every week. But when you take the other three players into that equation, you're looking at a whole rebuild. Liverpool are not going to want a whole rebuild at the end of this season. You take a lot of quality out of that side. I mean, Diaz is contracted till 2027. They paid circa 50 million for him, I think. You're not going to get that back for him at the moment. And if you get that back for him, you're going to have to reinvest and rebuild the side. And we're talking hypothetically. If there's no Mo Salah there, if there's no Trent there, if there's no Van Dijk there, you need a nucleus of a squad. And I think Luis Diaz is a player who has a good effect playing off the wide. He scores goals. He can play as a 9 if needed. 9 goals, 2 assists this season. I find that a difficult deal to be able to do. But if he does become available, Newcastle will be one of the sides that look at him. Although, again, we spoke many times, they're looking for the right side, aren't they, Newcastle? They want a right-sided player.